Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Big Jiu-Jitsu Show, a member of the Pod Bros Podcast Network. Go to podbros.com, find yourself another podcast, because let's face it, you're listening to one, you'll want to listen to another one. And don't forget, check out our sponsors, Trap and Roll Soap Company. Let me just tell you, I got done with training, washed myself with their charcoal bar, clean as a whistle, as Sean would say. And then also don't forget about Tape Armor. There will be a review video coming out here pretty soon, and let me tell you, probably some of the best tape you can put on your fingers and not get all fucked up. I'm Rob.
I'm Devin.
And it's a Thursday night for me right now. It's a Thursday afternoon.
Afternoonish,
Brunch time. Not quite breakfast, not quite lunch. Actually, it's 1 o'clock. Can you eat brunch at 1 o'clock?
I don't know. I think it depends on. You're right. It's lunch. My day just revolves around periods of time when I eat. So like, I forget about the time, and I'm thinking more as like lunch period, snack period, breakfast period. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you, man. It's like it's about 1 o'clock. I could eat a lunch in here, and then once it starts hitting about 3 o'clock, then that's like it's too late for me to eat. Lunch. It's like dinner time at that point. I've got to kind of plan my meals out in that way. And
senior dinner.
Yeah, it is senior dinner because they're always like, hey, if you're above the age of 65, come to Denny's between 4 o'clock and 4:15, and you get like 20% off or some shit. You know what I mean?
It's always odd to me how that works. Like when you're like 70 years old, for whatever reason, you like waking up earlier. I don't know if that's just nature or what. You wake up early, go to bed later, even though it's the same amount of time. You know what I mean? You're just doing a different period of the day.
Dude, fuck that. I'm going to be the first old person that parties like, if I have no job, if I'm retired, that means, I'm collecting my pension and all that shit. You better believe I'm going to be up like till 2 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
Like, classes are done at 10. I got to go. I got to go out and party. Chelsea's going to be old as shit too. If she's still alive. But that's even if my old ass makes it to 70. We had this conversation in the car. She's like, baby, I want you to understand you're going to die first. I'm like, oh, for sure. Absolutely. Like 40 years old and I'm done. I'm fucking dead at 40. Like,
that's how I feel entirely, dude.
Dude, there's no fucking, if I will myself, I'm going to die at 40. Fuck that. I want to be like one of those crazy old, like 65-year-olds. Like, watch out for old Rob. He'll fucking put his hands on you and choke you unconscious.
I know, right? I feel like my hands are going to be the only thing strong by that point. Like my body's going to be 80 years old by the time I'm 50.
Oh, no. If you keep rolling, because Helio rolled till the day he died, like the day before he died or something like that.
True.
Then I'll be good, right? If we just keep doing that, we'll be fine. But the thing is, man, it's like everything else I want to do. Do I want to just go out and party and dance my ass off? Absolutely. That's my aim for, post working life. Collect a pension or have my retirement fund and just go out and dance my ass off and drink my ass off until I die at the ripe old age of 173.
Fuck yeah, I would hate to conform to the society norms of what you're supposed to be doing at your age, especially in jiu-jitsu. I never want to feel like I'm too old to do that shit.
What's funny is I actually visited
That would be like...
Oh yeah, I visited a retirement community and I was looking around and they have like ping pong club and billiards club and there's this nice pool and I visited a retirement community not for myself because I'm not really planning out for like 50 years from now, but you got people that are like 40 and over. You have to be like over the age of 40 to live there. And I'm like, where the fuck? Like, is there a place that I could just lay some mats down and like teach people how to do jiu-jitsu? Because if I'm living in a retirement community, I am teaching jiu-jitsu there. Just because I want to be like crazy buff grandpa that used to fight and like the weird shit. Except I'm not gonna be a grandpa because no kids. But whatever.
Dude, I feel the same way. I don't want to be the old guy that like they look at my old Instagram posts and I was the one doing like the Dougie and Whip and Nene. I want to be that dude that has all like the jiu-jitsu videos and shit like that. I want to be the actual guy that like wasn't I don't know what word we could use, but pretty much one of those douchebags that walks around with a backpack and like I don't even know, maybe that's the sign I'm getting old, but like those guys that have the crazy comb over and they're making all like the duck face lips in the camera and they're dudes.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, man. It's terrible, dude. Like I know people, that's what's stylish. That's like what people want to do. They want to, have duck lips and do like I'm fucking guilty of selfies too, man. I can't escape it, whatever.
Oh yeah, we all are.
But if that's like, if your world revolves around selfies and like, I don't know, dude. I say I don't know a lot lately. It's terrible. I need to shake that habit. But
Dude, I noticed that too. Keep going. I'll tell you after this.
yeah. Please explain to me, because I keep saying it. It's kind of driving me up the wall. However, so with these Instagram posts of selfies or whatever, it's just as bad as like jiu-jitsu life shit. Like living that jiu-jitsu life. Bitch, you're at a pool. Like you're not the jiu-jitsu. There's no jiu-jitsu life in the pool. That's it. Fuck off with your acai bowl.
But dude, you know what I've noticed too, and not to be too ADD, even though I can tell our conversation is all over the place today, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I've noticed this watching myself on video, and I listen to these podcasts, and it's not just us, it's every single person that puts content out on the internet, every single realm. Like 99% of every single sentence that comes out of everyone's mouth on the internet starts off as so, or okay guys, check this out. Like it's everybody. It's like the craziest habit, right?
So for those of you who are out there, I'm not going to fuck it. I'm going to share my secret, because the whole thing of you guys are my podcast listeners. Maybe one day you'll start your own podcast and it'll be like, jiu-jitsu stuff. And I want you to be better than me. One of the ways to get rid of your bad habits of talking, especially for like public speaking, have somebody listen to you. Every time you do something wrong, like, or like Devin said, so, or whatever, make them say, you said so. You're like, you said so. So now you're going to say so, and it over time it's going to cut it out. So I need to start doing that again.
Dude, in California, it's a terrible habit that everyone says like every 10 seconds. I do it on here all the time without noticing, I'm sure. And when I watch my video, it's actually cutting me, like it's cutting down that bad habit, because I don't realize it's not just me, just everyone in California says like over and over and over. It's a terrible state habit. But yeah, it's so weird how these little nuances, especially on the internet, when you listen to yourself back, you're like, oh my God, I say that a lot.
Do you ever see the video of the guy like driving, like is it in a movie? I don't remember. However, he's driving, he just brings his right foot up and starts kicking the stereo while he's driving. That's me sometimes. I listen to this podcast. I say, fucking hell, Rob, why'd you say that? Just start kicking the radio. You sound like shit. It's good to be critical of it, but however, we're putting this out for entertainment purposes only. Not to give you, maybe give you some life advice, but maybe bring your jiu-jitsu to a new level by listening to us. Which brings me to our another ADD point, because we're fucking all over the place today. The 25th 5-star review is in.
Whoa!
Yeah. That means somebody getting a show you roll. Oh, look at that. It's Devin Martinez. Wow. What
getting a show roll. Holy crap.
So this
someone is going oh, well, that's crazy.
Dude, are we the first podcast that's going to give away a show you roll?
I really think we are the first podcast that is going to give away a show you roll. I really believe so. I'm going to research maybe tonight, see if anyone's giving away a gi. That wouldn't be that surprising. But even out of all of them, I'm sure we are the very first podcast in the entire world to give away a show you roll.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to be the first one, because that's what we do. We like being that weird podcast that everybody wants to. We're the worst podcast you've heard of. Just remember that. So
you're going to pull so many girls in your new show you roll. Just wear it to the bar, wear it everywhere. You have a show you roll. Holy
We've
shit.
actually had women review the show too. So you're going to pull so many like dudes, maybe they're going to be like, oh my God, you're so serious about jiu-jitsu. I was wondering if you'd be interested in having a not so serious relationship in the gym, and then we break up, and then one of us keeps the gym and one of us leaves. If you pitch it that way, you're gonna get hooked up. God, creep show shit. Oh,
that's entirely how it happens too.
Oh, this is terrible. This is fucking awful. I can't believe I did this shit. So, was it White Belt BJJ? When they put up videos, they have a webpage they put up on there too called bjjdating.com. Right? Yes, this site fucking exists. Not farmers only, not jewishpeoplemeet.com, motherfucking bjjdating.com. Are you...
Wow.
Okay. There's a couple things that bug me about it. One, I think jiu-jitsu is so spread out now that's on the like you are not going to find somebody within your area. Hot single white belts want to meet you in your area. No, no, they fucking don't. They want to go to jiu-jitsu. Okay, it's just the way it is. They're. Can you imagine that? You're just like surfing the internet, you're looking up gis, and then it just says hot single blue belts want to meet you in your area. Like, well, they can't. They start out with wrist locks, but they can't do knee bars, so I'm not really interested myself. And then just fucking give it a hard pass and keep going. But there is a site called, and then there's a big jiu-jitsu account on bjjdating.com.
Is there really?
Yeah, so maybe I drunk made one. I don't quite remember. However, I did look it up because I was getting like emails. It was like, thanks for registering for bjjdating.com. And I go back and look at it. I'm like, please don't be like some weird like Rob is super drunk and just being a scumbag. It literally says like, a BJJ podcast, we'd love to hear from you to interview you. So, pretty much I'm using
it's like a plug account.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, fuck it. I don't give a shit about, do you want to meet a guy on here? But then again, I will never release that we got you from bjjdating.com. I would never release that.
I'm gonna go make an account tonight.
Do it, man. Dude. Fucking do it, man. Like, I'm not advocating the preying on people who love jiu-jitsu and who are single. I don't think it's a good idea, but it's not at the same time, because you've got a group of people. Look, we can talk about. You go to your Facebook page, you pull up all your friends. How many of them have jiu-jitsu gis on? How many of them are doing jiu-jitsu? If I had to take a wild guess, I'd say half of them. Half of my friends on Facebook are doing jiu-jitsu or grappling or something, some form of combat sports somewhere out there, right? But what's funny is like you pull up other people's pages and like, the people it's the same group of people. But we're all over the world. How many people would you guess are doing jiu-jitsu in the US right now?
Fuck. That's a crazy question.
It is, isn't it?
I don't know if my guess is going to be way off than yours. I'm guessing like 500,000, maybe a 250,000.
Honestly,
no, like 500,000. You think?
I would go.
Does that sound too small of a number, or too big of a number?
That sounds too big of a number, honestly. Now that I think about it, so in the military, right?
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah.
I'm using the military as a frame of reference. In the military, we are less than 1%, so we're like 0.45% or something like that, right? Have either served or are serving in the military. That's of the U.S. I think even less people are active in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And of those people that are active, I think even less are single and looking to mingle with hot 3-stripe white belts in their area. So I think that it's so spread out. So I don't know how many there are out there on that site. It's so spread out. Right now, it might blow up. Who knows? BJJ could join the Olympics. It's never going to fucking be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
It could just blow up or whatever. And then hot single 2-stripe blue belts in your area are looking to, hook up with you or meet you. And now you've got like weird shit going on because, I don't know. I don't find the gym. The gym is not the goddamn Love Boat.
It's really, really not. It's really not. It's like the place where dudes go to roll around with each other and get sweaty and all that stuff, which sounds like the complete opposite. But at the same time, when a girl comes in the gym, it's like wolves, like just ready to go. At least it seems like that when there's a gym full of young guys.
Absolutely.
It's like, right there.
I know we've covered this before, but it still rings true now. It's just that the hot single girl, or fuck it, not even hot, like, just a girl comes in, a viewed to be single girl, I reckon, and then all the single guys between the ages of, I don't know, fucking 15 to 40 something act like it's the Abu Dhabi finals. And
oh my God, yeah.
And I have to show this girl I have superior technique. And here I am in guard, just like, come on, man, just chill out. Oh, we'll fucking heel hook you because you're being crazy. Heel hook the white belt. Yeah, I heel hook the white belts when they get crazy. Just because.
You know how many times I felt bad because guys will bring their girlfriends in because they're getting a little bit better, but they're
Yeah.
still like white belts, maybe blue belts, and like I feel like such a jerk. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let this guy work, but then I get like an ego in my head again. And we're like, no, no, let this guy beat me in front of his girlfriend,
Oh
and I just
hell
like
no. Yeah.
completely smash him.
Fuck that.
And I
Fuck
get done, and
that.
I'm like, I made this guy like look terrible.
There have been so many instances of bringing girls I was either dating or was like trying to impress into the gym. And then sometimes I didn't even invite them and they showed up just because it was like a point of, I'm a good looking guy, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a confidence thing, right?
Yeah.
But, hey, I'm
Yeah.
settled,
Yeah.
I'm settled down, ladies, so, back the fuck off. Anyways, so I'm doing this and like I've gotten my ass beat in front of the girls I bring, and then the exact opposite. Like, I'm training in Texas, and this dude brings his girlfriend to every class and gets his ass beat. And good for her. Good for her for staying with that guy, because I couldn't deal with it. Like, baby, just don't show up. Just stay at home. Fucking do Sudoku. Do something, because I'm getting my ass beat tonight.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want a girl that does jujitsu.
I
Like
don't
I want that to be my place, you know?
like for me, I didn't want to meet anybody through jujitsu. I want my wife to learn jujitsu though, because it's not of I want somebody to share this passionate experience with me. Because look, there's nothing sexy about me rolling on the ground. Like, I sweat watching people exercise. She is not gonna be into that. I want her to know though, if some fuckface jumps on her and she can pull guard and break his arm, I'm happy with that. But there's already enough geese in the house that need to be washed, and that's mainly my fault. So add like 7 more. Fucking washing machine's gonna break. But as a single guy, like
No,
for
you put it
you,
a better way. I feel the same way though. I feel the same way as you real quick. I feel the same way. Just so I clear that up real quick. I feel the same way because I changed my mind right now. I'm pretty much just agreeing with what you said right now because you worded it very different than what I was thinking.
yeah, I didn't go to the gym to be like, oh, look at all these hot women that are sweaty as shit and trying to break my arm. Like, it's cool. It's cool that you do. Like, when I go in there, they're training partners. They're people I train with. That's the way it is. But I think it's just some single guy, younger guys get the idea of, well, jiu-jitsu's my life, and I want a girl to share that with. And it goes right back to, you're a fucking 3-stripe white belt. Calm the fuck down. Like, I'm not being an elitist. I'm sorry. Like, worry more about the jiu-jitsu. Don't turn the mats into a place to, like, just your gi pants fall down and your dick is hanging. Like, this is not the place for that. It's a place to do jiu-jitsu and learn how to fight and learn how to fuck people up. That's just pretty much the purpose of it, right? We just fuck
That
people
really
up.
is the purpose.
God.
That
So
really is. Some people don't look at it like that anymore. This is that honestly, if you're trying to break people's arms, manipulate joints, choke them, grab their ankles, grab their legs. That's really what the point
yeah,
is.
you're stopping because they're tapping and you like the person. That's it. The only thing that is stopping you from maiming or, putting this person to sleep for a good while is the fact they tap or they go to sleep and you're worried about their safety. If this was feudal Japan, you're like grabbing that heel hook and you're going to start doing the spin of death until they stop, like, moving with their leg. Their leg just follows you and you just spin it off or whatever. I wonder if that's ever happened. Like, somebody
I'm
just
sure it has.
like old school, like 1200 Japan, dude heel hooks another samurai in the middle of the field and just starts like this gator death roll and just like, it's like squeezing a mustard packet, just twisting it until it pops off.
Dude, that's so crazy to think about. Like, how many times have you killed someone? How many times has someone killed you? Because that's really what it'd be like back
Yeah.
in the day.
How many
That's
times?
crazy.
Yeah, how many times have you gotten your arm broken? Now you're gonna stand up and you've got no fucking arm, or you've gotten your leg just twisted off pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
But it's because we respect the tap, we let go. Or how many times have you been put unconscious, quote unquote? Because if they don't let go when you tap, you're usually pretty close to going out as it is, just because
Oh,
these chokes
yeah.
work really well. So think about that. You go to sleep, you wake up, face down, ass up, pants down. Like, it's scary, man. How many times does that happen? A lot.
Sounds like Vegas. It sounds like
Exact
Vegas.
man. You just wake up in the middle of the intersection without your pants on, splayed out, spread eagle. There's this mime covered in gold, holding one position. Like, what the fuck happened? There's a mime over here. Yeah. Not that ever happened in Vegas to me, but
Sounds like a fucking good time.
yeah,
Shit.
it was a great time. I mean, I imagine it would be a great time. So UFC 202 is coming up this weekend, man, and I think Connor's trying to build the hype because apparently ticket sales aren't as good as they were for the last one.
Yeah, I could see that definitely not being. I think it's a mix of people think it's going to go the same way. UFC right now, it's hard to have a lot of momentum because they've had little shakeups here and there. And then to be honest, 200 wasn't amazing. It was a good card, but it wasn't amazing.
It was good. Like the original card, the way it was lined up and the way it was supposed to go down I was very excited for it.
Oh yeah.
Because you had like some of the hardest hitters in the UFC in there. So you had John Jones fighting DC for the title. I do not like John Jones. However, he is probably the greatest fighter to ever grace the octagon, ever, or MMA. Period. Shitty person, great fighter. I can at least agree to that. And then Cain Velasquez fighting Travis Brown. He looked great.
Yeah.
Mark Hunt versus Brock Lesnar, and I was really hoping we were going to see a Mark Hunt overhand right knockout that just kind of destroyed Brock Lesnar. Instead, we got him just kind of wrestled to the ground. Anderson Silva versus DC. While it had the lineup to be really good, Anderson Silva had 48 hours notice off of surgery.
Yeah.
That's not I think if Anderson had a camp, he would have beat DC.
I kind of think so too.
That one liver kick showed me everything. That
Yeah,
immediate
no,
face,
for real.
fuck.
And the fact that he didn't really take that much damage on the ground a whole lot.
Yeah, he didn't. Like I was laughing because I was talking to my students. I was like, let me show you Mark Hunt's escape from Brock Lesnar's ground and pound. He just rolls over to his stomach and just stands up. And get him in the face. It's like, damn. Either Brock Lesnar's punches don't hurt, which I kind of think they do, or just Mark Hunt's just an animal, which he is.
For real, right?
So
he
let's
had
go
a juice to Brock Lesnar on him, got up like
jeez.
That's crazy.
It just was And then of course I watched it like a B-dub type experience. So after Miesha Tate got submitted, somebody screamed Miesha Tate got knocked the fuck out, and I'm like, are we watching the same fight? She got submitted and it's not a knockout. Fuck you. Go outside, just fucking run into traffic. Don't come back.
I know, right?
But I'm not feeling.
Go drop your phone on the fucking freeway.
Yeah, just threw your phone in the freeway. Go fucking get it. Okay. And just run out there and get hit by something. But seriously, like, who else is fighting on 202? I mean, we've put so much energy in this rematch of Conor McGregor and Nick Diaz that I don't give a shit, honestly. Like, I saw how it went down. Apparently, according to the press and Conor McGregor and his whole team, he fucked Nick Diaz up, and then he gassed out, which I don't remember at all. Like, at all happening. I remember him taking shots and doing like, oh, that's nice. And then catching him with a solid 1-2. Conor McGregor hates his life at this point because he's out of it. Tries to take him down and gets choked the fuck out. That's how I remember it going down.
I think McGregor saw the beginning when he was awesome. I honestly feel like he thought he was going to lose, and he'd rather get submitted by a black belt than get knocked out by someone he was talking crap to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. But at the
I think he knew, because he was going to get finished, because he would have got knocked out if he would have stayed on the feet. So I'm like, maybe he was just like, he'd already given up and was like, all right, I'm going to try and take this guy down. And
that might
if I get finished on the ground, it's not going to look as bad.
Maybe. But dude, he has a lot of guts talking shit about like, oh, I'm going to be about like, dude, you lost to him. And it was not a controversial decision. He choked you out after you got rocked and decided, fuck it, I'm taking him down. And did an airplane dive to fucking
take down, right?
Yeah, dude, get the fuck out of here, man. You'll beat my ass. Yes, I understand. When I say shit like this, like I could talk all this shit about a fighter, right? It's funny because something that really does stick with me is, you ever see the movie Cinderella Man?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Great movie. Like one of the lines in the movie that really stuck out was you fight it in front of a bunch of people who paid $3 to call you a bum or something like that. It's the same thing. If I said, Cain Velasquez, what the fuck happened to your cardio? You're fucking terrible. Fabricio Verdum beat you? Man, you suck. He's going to kick me and kill me. Like, that's just the way it is. He's going to kill me. He'll hit me and he'll kill me. I understand my place in life. Like, I can't be like, dude, you're a bitch. And just for the way you act, not Cain Velasquez. I'm talking about some of the fighters in general.
Yeah,
The way
yeah.
some people act, it just, come on, man. Really? Just chill the fuck out. You lost. Don't go fucking crazy about it. Like, and I understand you're trying to hype the fight and try to sell it and all this other stuff. And then, man, pretty much just knock the shit off. How about that? There you go.
I really feel like it's going to be a lackluster fight. I honestly do. Because I know someone's going to get finished, but it's like, it's almost like no matter how the finish is, it's not going to live up to anything, to be honest. I feel I'm going to watch it. I'm
Oh,
going to
same.
definitely watch it. But it's so weird that like, although I'm excited to see them in the cage together again, it's not the same as the first time around. It's not. You almost just have to do it because it's like they don't have anyone left to fill that spot right now. He wanted the rematch. He's going to make some money anyway, but it's not going to be. It's just, it's weird these next few months, the aura around these events, you're almost thinking like, man, what else are they going to do right now?
He spent $300,000 on this training camp.
Oh my God.
300,000. He better fucking win. That's all I gotta say. But then again, this man made what, $10,000 his last fight? That's chump change, dude. He could.
Dude,
He could. I'm surprised he's not. Well, is he driving in a Ferrari?
I'm sure he is.
I bet he is.
Yeah, that guy's freaking making bank, dude. But
He.
good for him, good for him. But it's, dude, can we talk about the fighter union too? Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
People are talking about.
I'm really interested in that, and I was hearing a little bit about it, and I think it's a good thing, especially after this whole fiasco with Mark Hunt and Brock Lesnar. After, oh, he tested positive. Fuck it, keep your money and don't. You just won't fight again. So Brock Lesnar laughs his way all the way to the bank,
I know, right?
fucking juiced out of his mind. And Mark Hunt's over here like, I passed my tests. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's bullshit, man. It's really bullshit. And I think a fighter union's a good thing. I think they need this because there's no protection for these guys. After this Reebok deal, they got fucked so bad.
Heck yeah.
What was it like some of these people or people they brought in who are just like high profile fighters are making $2,500 from their Reebok fights because they're new to the UFC or some shit like that. It's fucking awful. It's robbery. When they were making tens of thousands up to like $100,000 off of sponsorship. No, but I think a fighter union's a great thing. These people need it, and they do a lot. The NFL has a union. The MLB, I guess, Major League Baseball has a union. Why don't they have a union? It's important to them, and it's important that they keep they're safe and that people are looking out for them. So I think it's a great idea. Have you heard anything more about it, or that's like the basics I've heard?
I haven't heard anything more about it other than there has been some collection organized movement to where they're getting together and kind of like going through the planning stages of what they're going to propose and how they're going to go about everything. I think it's good for the sport in general. I think the next couple of years it's going to be really hard for everybody,
Yeah,
but I think it's good in the sense that it's going to take the UFC down and where people will be not be worried about going different places because so like they need a union because they need someone to speak for all of them. But I think right now it's going to suck because people are going to make a lot of money, and then other people aren't going to make anything at first. But that being said, with the new management of the UFC and stuff like that, you're not going to have. I mean, it's always business is always going to be corrupt no matter what. But you are going to have more people running that company than just three or four or five, head honchos at the top.
yeah,
The only thing that sucks about it right now is that so like when we compare it to like the NFL is an organization and they can everything that goes on. So you have all these different teams that are under the banner of the NFL. Whereas like MMA, It's almost like the UFC is a different team, the Bellator is a different team, all these people, and there is no huge sanctioning body under them.
Right.
So it's not like a union can sanction them, but they can pretty much negotiate with all these different places. I think we need a union, and I think there needs to be some overriding sanctioning body that covers all of these organizations, kind of um, like in BC, and then Golden Boy Productions are the promotion companies, or PBC, or whatever, where they fight under it. Because like even down to the rules, like the athletic commissions change the rules in every single state, and you see fighters get away with like be able to take steroids and then come back, or
Yeah.
this drug test, and the UFC can regulate in a certain way. Whereas like if we had a commission and a union and all these different things, the UFC wouldn't be able to get away with a lot of stuff. Bellator might have a little bit more like fair, I don't know, play to grow as an organization and give other fighters opportunities to fight. I think the union's good. I think it's just going to suck a little bit right now, the first couple of years of it, because those first couple of years of anything is hard, right? It's always fighting for when you start a union, and you're going to have to go head to head with all these big companies and
Yeah.
people that have way more money than you. But I do agree. I think it's very good.
I think it is too. And I think, you're going to get a lot of good representation for MMA. Like, these guys and girls do fight a lot, and they put a lot into it, and making sure that they get treated fairly and they're not getting, like, who was it? I feel bad that I don't remember her name. However, she was broke after her fight. And it took her posting on, social media that she's like, I'm broke after this fight. And then Dana White's like, oh, I got you, that shouldn't even happen. Like, it's a professional sport. They sold the fucking organization for what? $4 billion? $4 billion. You out of your fucking mind. And then people are like, good job. 6,000 the show, 6,000 to win. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. After taxes, after you pay your bills, after you pay your coaches, it's like,
Yeah.
come on now.
It's fucked up, man. But, hopefully this fighter union.
What was crazy for me is what's crazy to me is like I watched Talos Ladies on one of those UFC prime times a little while back, and dude, he's living in an apartment in Brazil, and Talos Ladies is fought. I mean, he got cut for a little bit, but still, that guy's fought for a world title. He's fought in the UFC forever. He's not like one of the greatest fighters. He's not the most exciting fighter, but if he's fighting on TV and Fox is making money off of ad space, and they're getting money from all these big old monopoly companies that are buying invest in them, it's like, why aren't these guys making even a little bit more? Why are these guys making 100,000 a fight?
Oh, they should be easily. I mean, look, if Conor McGregor is pulling in $10 million and the dude is fighting, like, lost to Nick Diaz, come on, man. And Nick Diaz is not making that much? Come on. He beat the unbeatable Conor McGregor in a pretty, like, decisive fashion. They got to hook him up with something. So hopefully they are. But that's what it is right now, and hopefully they change it. So before we head out, man, you got anything to say to our loyal listeners and your girl Mackenzie Dern?
Search I Am Symphony, single platform I Am Symphony. Pretty much if you Google I Am Symphony, you are going to find everything that's on there. Me and Rob also have some other plans in the works of some other cool content. So after you get done with Big Jiu-Jitsu, if you like listening to us talk about fighting and Jiu-Jitsu, you could listen to us talk about literally anything else. And I won't plug the name exactly right now, but just know that there is something fun and exciting coming. So when you get done listening to this, you can listen to something else.
Hell yeah. And then, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to go to podbros.com. Remember, we're a member of the Podbros Podcast Network. Podbros.com. Find yourself another podcast you want to listen to. And don't forget to visit our awesome sponsors, Trap and Roll Soap Company and Tape Armor. You want your fingers to feel good, and you want your body to smell clean and not get that fucking MRSA. And don't forget to go to bigjujitsu.com, find some of our past episodes, and maybe you might be inclined to buy a patch or maybe even a t-shirt. I'm Rob.
I'm Devin.
We'll catch you guys next time.